Hi guys, once again, welcome out to Kick It Keto, lactose-free. So if you have lactose problems or you're allergic, severely allergic like my wife, sometimes it's tricky trying to do new diets or trying to do new things and stay true to what the diet is. Well, my job is to show you fun ways to keep it keto and lactose-free and still lose the weight. To date, I have lost 68 pounds, and my wife has lost 87 pounds. She started earlier than I did, but we both started at the same time. I just didn't really pay attention to it till the weight started dropping. I cut out my sugars and I really dialed it in, and then my weight loss took off. So, I'm showing you how to do it fun and have fun foods. Today's fun food is chicken parm. Now, the reason why I did chicken parm was because my last video, we did this crispy Caesar salad, right? And I'm like, well, I told people to go out and buy the big thing of Parmigiano-Reggiano from Costco. This is big. You can only have so many Caesar salads. Well, I could have one every day, but still, it's a lot. What else can you do with it? Chicken parm. And that's what we're doing today. So, let's get started. All right, guys, so we're going here. What we've got is we've got our tomato sauce. This is the Hunt's organic tomato sauce. We'll be using about 3/4 of a cup of that. Then we've got our parsley, red pepper, Parmesan, the Aunt Millies, 1 carb bread slices that's been dehydrated, 2 eggs, oregano, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, and then salt for the chicken, and obviously our chicken breast. Then we've got provolone. Now this is Kraft. Make sure you get Kraft, because otherwise it won't be lactose-free. But their provolone is lactose-free, and this provolone has 0 carbs to it. That's also a bonus. Then we've got our mozzarella, shredded mozzarella. We're going to be using this for the chicken too, and we're using about a 1/4 cup of this, and this is 1 gram per 1/4 cup. And last but not least, this is creamy melt Italian. So it's a mixture of all the same cheeses except a little bit more Asiago, Romano, and cream cheese with that. This is also lactose free, and it's 1 cup for 1/4 cup. We'll be using a 1/4 cup of that. All right, let's get this together. All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna do is get our breading ready. So we've got our salt, pepper, garlic that we have measured off here. We're gonna put that in there. Our tablespoon of parsley, we're gonna throw that in there. Oregano. And our Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese. Reggiano, pardon. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, now we're gonna lock and load. And the pulsing, we will go. I'll speed through this. And here's our finished result. Booyah. All right, so here's our finished result. We've got our breadcrumbs right there. We're gonna set those aside. All right, guys, first things we're gonna do is we're gonna fillet our chicken. So this is a huge breast. Very big, very big. Right, so we wanna cut this to make it cook faster, and it's 2 servings since it's me and the missus. So we're gonna go very slowly here because we don't want injuries. And we're going to fillet this down the middle. Voila. So now we have 2 fillets like so. All right, next we're gonna place the chicken fillet in the saran wrap. Fold it over like so. Take a mallet and we're gonna pound it out. So it's about 1/4 of an inch. Boom. That works. And then we're going to do the same to the other. All right. So now our fillets are ready to go. On to the breading. All right, next you're gonna beat your eggs. So we have our dredging station going here. Voila! Everybody's got an old Chinese food delivery pan that they've saved for weird stuff. Well, this is what I use mine for. All right, now remember, we said we were going to salt the fillets. So we have our little leftover salt here. This is about 1/4 teaspoon. So we're just going to lightly do that over our chicken. Both sides. Hello, chicken. It's so good to see you. You look very tasty. All right. Next up is the dredging. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the two-step method like we did for the crispy chicken Caesar salad. I'm going to double dip. So first off, we go ahead and we dip our chicken in. Let some of that get out of there. Then we're going to place it in the breading and give it a shake, give it a toss. We're going to turn it over. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, pat, pat. Now we're going to dip it again. And we're going to let some of that just drip off. Usually 2 eggs is enough for 2 of these fillets like this. And your breading should come out right on top too, with the 4 pieces. Now remember, we're using 4 pieces of bread, so if we use all of the coating up here, that is literally going to be just 2 carbs. Oh, you escaped. All right, once that's done, I got a parchment-lined sheet. I'm just putting them on to rest until we can fry them. Oh, also at this point in time, make sure you turn on your skillet with your 1.5 cups of avocado oil, because that's what I'm using to fry mine in. All right, so let's do it again for the second one. Do, you are my friend. All right, put you in, give it a shake, give it a toss. Give it a flip, pat, pat, pat. Try not to be messy, but you know, it is what it is. Then we're gonna dip again. When I dip, you dip, we dip. All right, I know I said that before, but it's a little joke between me and my wife, and this makes us laugh. All right. And you got a little side there. Back in for round 2. We can set you aside. Back in for round 2. Give it a little flippity flip. Bum, bum, bum. Uh-oh. You shall not thwart me, sir. You shall not thwart me. Pat that down. So now you're going to put that on the rack to let it rest for about 15 minutes. Then afterward, it's time to fry. Make sure to warm up your avocado oil, because that's what I'm using. Now, as your oil is warmed up, you'll see it's shimmery. You're going to take one of your pieces and lay it away from you as not to splatter yourself with the oil. Now we're going to do these 2 minutes per side. We're going to do these 2 minutes per side because the rest of the time they're going to be done in the oven. Also make sure that you set your oven to 450. Now when we take these out of the oil, we're going to place them in a pan like so. Okay, so as you see here, we've got our 2 fillets all laid out. Next, it's time to dress them up and get them ready to put in the oven. So first, we're going to start with the cheese. We're going to take our provolone, and we're going to put 1. We're going to put 2 on each piece. Now, depending on what you've had for breakfast and lunch, you can do this a couple different ways and still be in keto, keeping it 20 carbs a day, right? The way I'm going to show you right now is a little bit less of the sauce way, because it's only going to add basically 3 carbs to this, right? So we've got no carbs there. The breading itself is 2 carbs. This is going to add 3 carbs, so that makes it 5 carbs, right? And then we still have the mozzarella and the other one, so that's 2 more carbs. So you're looking at right there around 6, 7 carbs. It'll be up in the description exactly how many it is, right? So then you have to put that with your side, however many carbs your side is. Ours today is only going to have about 2 net carbs. So I go all at 8 carbs. So if I want more sauce, because I'm staying at 10, I can add more sauce. Just remember how many it's. Every third of a cup is 2 carbs. Okay, so that means the most you can do is 3/4 of a cup on one piece. Capiche? Capiche. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to take my sauce. And we're going to spread it over. Another third of a cup. Spread it over. Then we're going to come with the rest of our cheeses. I measured this out. It's about a 1/4 cup on each one. And then we're also going to do a 1/4 cup of the creamy melt. I've handled this cheese so much, I know. This is so good. Now, we're going to put red pepper flakes. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're just going to divide that between the two. Gives it a little extra heat. I like a lot of extra heat personally, so I think I'll take this one. All right. We're going to split a 1/4 cup of Parmigiano-Reggiano to finish it off. And last but not least, Italian seasoning over the top. I'm using about a good 2 pinches on each one. All right, into the oven this goes for 15 to 17 minutes. All right, it's been 15 minutes. Let's pull it out. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. All right, so now it's time to plate it up and get it ready for dinner. Wifey's home. Hi, wifey.
Hi.
Be right back. All right, I'm going to be serving this up with a Caesar salad using my low-carb, lactose-free Caesar dressing. If you want to know how to make that, right up there, there's a link. Take you to the other video. You can learn how to make it. It's really good, low carb, and you can eat a lot of it, which is what we like to do. All right, this is how we do it. This is huge. Absolutely huge. Get some of the crusties here, of course, because we like the crispy bits. Don't we, Sherry?
Yes, we do.
And we're going to top that off. A little basil, just to give it a little pretty. And of course, some Caesar salad to go along with it. Oops. There we go. So, this is dinner. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make it. Subscribe. Right down there. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Facebook at Kick It Keto Lactose Free. And we'll see you again real soon. Great eating.